GarbAugust is a reading event created by CriminOlly to celebrate what is often considered trashy books and cinema. I'll have links to his channel and those of the co-hosts in the description. CriminOlly has spoken enthusiastically about Don Pendleton's The Executioner series of men's adventure fiction. I thought this would be the appropriate opportunity to give the adventures of Mack Boland a try. Set in 2010, Phoenix, Arizona is the kidnapping capital of the United States of America and a distribution point for narcotics. As branches of drug cartels jockey for territorial control, the city risks becoming a war zone. Enter Mack Boland, the Executioner. A freelance operative fighting an eternal war against organized crime, he arrives alone in Phoenix, looking to take the fight directly to cartel operatives, uncover their leadership, and eliminate them with focused lethality. Boland's actions don't go unnoticed, and the local cartel boss decides to take his campaign of terror and violence to the next level. Now, no one on the supply or demand side of this book cares about my analysis, and that's fine. Anyone looking to this novel for a nuanced take concerning the American war on drugs, or a realistic depiction of how narco-terrorists can cause havoc, is already misguided. The question I'm looking to answer is whether or not Recovery Force is my kind of trash. Unfortunately, it is not, and I'm actually a bit surprised. Having grown up watching 80s action movies, I have an unironic love for this sort of thing, but that might be why this novel does not work for me. Recovery Force is like a 1980s action movie, but with all the fun pulled out. The premise is absurd, so I wanted to embrace that, not in a condescending way, but in a way that animates the material and the audience with a sense of excitement and energy. Commando, Die Hard, Beverly Hills Cop, Delta Force, Cobra, Big Trouble in Little China. There is an element of the absurd in all of these, but by embracing it, these stories are better for it. The audience gets to experience the over-the-top funhouse events of the narrative. Recovery Force does not manage this, and if I had to pick a specific symptom to encapsulate all its shortcomings, it would be that Mack Boland has no one-liners. This absence is indicative of him having no personality. Maybe this is an intentional writing choice, as it can help the audience project themselves onto the protagonist, but it makes the lead character unbearably dull for me because Mack Boland appears to have no interior life. Other than a few passing references to Russian literature, there is nothing in his character that isn't about getting the job done, so to speak. He doesn't crack a joke, have a hobby, or even engage in casual conversation. It would be one thing if the book was a character study about the potentially corrosive and deadening effects of a life lived in constant pursuit of violence, even against legitimate targets. But Recovery Force isn't that kind of story. I'd even settle for something like a scene of Mack Boland, alone in a hotel room, making some comment about whatever was on the television, before complaining just once about his knees. He is supposed to be a decorated veteran of 2 tours of duty in Vietnam, who is still fighting and shooting guys in 2010. By the way, if Mack Boland's life and backstory sound familiar, you're probably thinking about The Punisher. Jerry Conway, the creator of the Marvel Comics character Frank Castle, admitted to being inspired by Don Pendleton's Executioner novels that had been originally published in the late 1960s and early 70s, and Stan Lee had suggested the name The Punisher. Ultimately, Recovery Force commits the only error in trash fiction, in that it's not fun. Some of the previous books in the series or its many spin-offs like Able Team might do the trick, but this one falls flat. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my peculiar notions. If you appreciate this channel and want to support it, you know what to do. You can also take a moment to like, comment, share, or subscribe to the channel of another YouTube creator you enjoy, and check out the fun to be had with everyone else participating in GarbAugust. Until next time, enjoy some trash, live, and be well.